Welcome back to Repair, Restore, and Resell. Today I'm working on this Wheelhorse 312-8 Classic. I acquired this a few days ago. This is the tractor that the mower deck I'm putting back together belongs to. So this is a will it run video. The last time this ran was 4 or 5 years ago when it was replaced with a new Cub Cadet, an MTD Cub Cadet, and so I'll get a battery dropped in here and see if we can get it started up. If it pops off, then I'll drain the gas tank, put some fresh gas in it, try and get it running on its own. All I've done so far with it was take the air filter off of it so I could get a new one on order, because I didn't have one on hand, and I took the dead battery out, and that's on the charger. So I'm going to drop a new battery in here. And then we'll see what happens, but hopefully it'll start right up. I checked the oil. The oil's clean enough to run it. Obviously, I'll be changing that, but for the moment, it's not like it's filthy black or anything. So let me get a battery dropped in here, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I've got a new interstate battery dropped into it. I've got the positive cable bolted on and the negative held on with a pair of vice grips, so I have a method of quick disconnect if I need it. I can just pop off the vice grips and we're all disconnected electrically. And I've got an oil can with 2-stroke gas in it. That's why I always use a little bit of mixing oil in with to add a little bit of lubrication to the cylinder. So we'll squirt a little bit of that in there, give it a kick, and see what happens. See if we have spark or we don't have spark, or if we have spark, it should fire off. Okay, she's a runner, so now what we'll do is drain the gas tank, blow out the fuel line, because I don't want any of this 4 or 5 year old crap gas getting into the carburetor. The carburetor may be gummed up already for all I know, but if it's not, then there's no sense in putting that stale fuel through it. And then we'll put some fresh gas in it and see if it'll run on its own. This is the gasoline that's coming out of it. It looks pretty contaminated, and it kind of smells like turpentine, paint thinner. I've got the fuel line that runs from the tank to the fuel pump disconnected at the fuel pump, and now I'm going to just gently blow that back into my catch pail that's under the petcock from the fuel tank, so I can evacuate any old fuel from that line. And then I'll flush out the tank with some fresh fuel, and then all we have is the little bit of fuel that's in the fuel pump, or between the fuel pump and the carburetor, that I guess we're just going to have to live with. The line down there is only a couple inches long, so the main thing is just to get the main body of fuel out of the tank, that long line going from the tank to the fuel pump blown out, and that's, 98% of its fuel capacity right there. So let me blow this back a little bit. Okay, that should do it. So I'm just going to put a little fuel in the tank, shake it around a little bit, and I'll open up the drain, let that drain into the bucket, and I'll put some fuel in it and hook the fuel line back up to the fuel pump and the gas tank, and we'll see what we get. Okay, so I've got some fuel in the tank and the gas line hooked up at both ends. So we'll squirt a little primer into down the throat of the carburetor, kick it over and see if it'll pick up fuel and fire off on its own, or if we're going to have to take the carburetor apart and clean the carburetor. Well, we've lost power from the ignition switch. We get a jumper wire and see if we can get it going that way.